Assalamualaikum and have a good day everyone. So our group will present about the Umrah fraud case that we based on the Star Daily newspaper. But before we start the presentation, I will introduce the member of my group, which consists of 4 people. First, my name is Nur Faizati binti Nur Aziad. Secondly, we have Nur Akila binti Zulkifli. Third, we have Nur Hikmah binti Aziz. And lastly, Nur Zuhasliza binti Muhammad Isa. Okay, for information, our group has choose Umrah fraud as a case that used the Tourism Industry Act 1992 because this case actually was quite famous in the past because it involved a large amount of money and involved many members of the public. Okay, hi, my name is Nur Faizati binti Nur Azad with my matrix number 2x1x61. So first, I will discuss about the fact of case. Our group has chosen an Umrah package fraud case that is well known in the local community. Mostly retirees and the elderly are often victims of this type of fraud. Before I go to any further into the fact of the case, I want to tell you a little bit about the background of the company. Okay, so the background of the company is the GHOU3063 company is a travel agency. This company is based in Sungai Petani Kedah. However, all operations have been halted by order of the Al-Star High Court since 40 January 2015. Although this travel and tour firm has been entirely closed, the director of this company conducted a fraud during 2015 until 2016, including an Umrah package to the holy region of Mecca and pilgrimage to Egypt, which has resulted in several local communities becoming victims of this organization crime. Okay, now we will look at the people engaged in this Umrah fraud scheme. Okay, the party involved in this Umrah fraud case is the plaintiff Zahari Halim as a complainant in this case. Meanwhile, Ms. Bahal Munir is the defendant in this case. So what is the relationship between the plaintiff and the defendant? Okay, so Ms. Bahal Munir Omar is the director of Rabdah Mawadah company and he was charged with Umrah package fraud. He was found guilty will face penalty beginning on the date of conviction. Meanwhile, Zahari Halim, who was the one who reported the situation to the authorities after discovering that all the ticket itineraries offered were invalid and non-existent. For this reason, what exactly did the defendant do so that he was convicted of the charge that carried a 10-year prison sentence? So Ms. Bahal Munir making fraud involved several victims and even 2 of the victims has died. In addition, the defendant committed fraud by duping the plaintiff into depositing money into several many bank accounts. That's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Akila binti Zulkifli and my matric number is 277174. In this presentation, I will talk about the issue of the case, which is the Umrah fraud. It is all started when the managing director of Syarikat Raudah Mawadah Travel and Tours Sendirian Berhad, Mr. Misbahal Munir Omar, which is the defendant, dealt with an individual to arrange an Umrah tour in 2015. Mr. Zahari Halim, which is the plaintiff in this case and also a complainant and travel facilitator, received an instructions to put money into Ms. Bahal Munir account that have been provided by him. However, the plaintiff did not receive any notice that the company had folded since January 14, 2015 under the order of the Al-Star High Court. Additionally, Mr. Misbahal Munir, the defendant, had requested that the plaintiff to deposit money from tourists into the bank accounts of his wife and other company employees. All the 56 of the linked transactions totaling 434,250 ringgit and involving 202 parties. It is purportedly took place over a 23-day period from November 2nd, 2015 to January 28, 2016. According to Mr. Misbahal Munir, All participants received the travel schedule for flights departing between January 29 and 13 January 2016. According to the reports, these acts happened in various places near Kedah, Johor, and also Selangor. When the travellers arrived at Kuala Lumpur International Airport, which is KLIA, for departure, they learned that their flight tickets were invalid, which prompted them to submit a police case. On June 26, 2018, Mr. Misbahal Munir was initially charged at Sungai Petani's Magistrate Court. That is all from me. I will pass this presentation to our next presenter. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Akilah. Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Nur Hikmah binti Aziz, matric number 279004. So I'm going to continue with holding the case. Basically, this Umrah fraud case by Raudah Mawadah Travel and Tours can be brought to the court for several reasons. First, the occurrence of fraud in classify the operating status of the company, which is already out of business since 2015. So, not only that, he also forging flight tickets scheduled for 29 and 30 June 2016, which is the case is investigated according to section 430 of the Penal Code for cheating, which can be punished with imprisonment between 1 and 10 years or a fine or both. So a total 23 charges have been made involving 202 victims, which is not a small amount. Due to that, defendant, which is Ms. Bahal Munir, was brought to the magistrate court on charges that were carried out in an orderly and planned manner. So that's all from me. I will pass it to the next presenter. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Zuhaslisa bin Muhammad Isa. My matric number is 281721. I will present about the rationale of the holding. The plaintiff, Mr. Misbahal Munir Omar, 56 years old, should be given a commensurate punishment because the accused offence is an organised and systematic crime in addition to involving many victims, including 2 of them who have already died. The plaintiff has violated the Tourism Industry Act 1992 and was found to be involved in defrauding Umrah pilgrims. This resulting the case to be brought into court after received complaint from earlier travellers. The prosecution had proven the case beyond reasonable doubt at the Magistrate Court in Sungai Petani. Therefore, we agree to the holding of the court on charge Mr. Misbahal Munir under section 420 of the Penal Code, which carries a minimum sentence of 1 year imprisonment and maximum of 10 years, as well as whipping, and shall also be liable to fine. Judging from the situation above, we agree that the plaintiff got a 10-year prison sentence for each count of 23 cases of fraud involving Umrah packages and tours to Egypt between 2015 and 2016. In conclusion, Tourism Industry Act 1992 is an act for tourism enterprise, which is including any tour operating businesses or any travel agency businesses. Travel agency should obey all the rules which is written in this act. If they fail to obey all the rules, this matter can be taken to the court.